Shout out Near Falls with D Hall's podcast.
Welcome to Near Falls with D Hall. He's talking on bars and how they win it all. Yeah, it's just Near Falls with D Hall. The final takedown, the glory or the fall. So loosen up, step on in, wrestle with the need to win. We're talking Near Falls with D Hall. Ready or not, he's here to brawl.
All right, joining me now on the call, we have head coach of the Fox Chapel Foxes, Mr. Michael Frank. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on again. Really appreciate it.
Super pumped up to talk to you and talk about the Foxes, man. Fantastic year last year again for you guys. Graduated some guys. I'm sure we're going to get into all of that. So let's just do that. Let's talk about last year, wrap that up, and bring us into the offseason break.
Yeah, we had a solid group of seniors last year, which leads into this year being a little bit more, I hate the term rebuilding, but going to have a much younger squad. We graduated 14 seniors.
Whoa.
Yeah, which is like it's a crazy number. And then the year before that, we graduated a bunch of kids too. And, not just great wrestlers, but great kids, program builders over the past couple of years. So we've had new kids step in and, try and take on that leadership role and build from there and what they've learned the past couple seasons. But yeah, lots of kids moving on, which means a lot of new faces in the room and lots of kids who don't have any varsity starting time and, going to work through a season where they're going to at times take some lumps being first time varsity starters, but I can't complain about the level of effort and work and everything they've been doing so far in the room. So really, really happy about it.
Coach, you kind of mentioned it a little bit there, but talk to me about some guys that are doing big things post high school for you guys there over at Fox Chapel.
Yeah. So I kept getting pictures the past couple of weekends as all these kids are competing in college, opens and tournaments. And it's like really cool to see. I've got Ray and Michael Werson. They're both wrestling for Pitt Bradford. Alex Kaufman graduated 2 years ago. He's wrestling up at NYU. Last year's group of Landon Funk and Yusuf Abdel Salam, they're at Seton Hill. And Jack Vidi's wrestling at W&J. So lots of kids competing at the next level, which is just like so cool to see. Looking forward to having a couple of them back this week just to catch up with them and pick their brain a little bit. I love hearing, nuances from college coaches or, what the approach is to moves, to practice, to training, to everything, just to incorporate anything new. So, happy to see some of those guys continue to chase down dreams and enjoy wrestling. And, the education part's super important too. And I think for some of them, wrestling was that avenue to get them to that next level and, excited for them with that. So that's some cool stuff.
Absolutely, man. You want to see those guys go out and do big things and then come back, which is very cool for you as a coach, I'm sure, man. Very cool.
Sure.
All right. You mentioned a little bit kind of not about strategy, about nuances. Let's kind of dive into that with their schedule, man. That's always an interesting question for me. What's it look like this year for you guys? Is it more of the same? Is it a little bit different with a different squad? What's it look like?
A lot of it's the same. We have a duel next Wednesday with Peters and then jumping into the Hampton Dog Duels again. I love the Hampton Dog Duels.
Great way to start off the year.
Just like it's number one, it's super close to us. I think Hampton High School might be as close to my house as Fox Chapel is. So we don't have to travel far. Kids get to get an early weigh-in and then hopefully you end up getting about 5 matches that day. Hampton always promotes getting JV kids matches too. So early in the year, I love that one just because it's an opportunity for kids to get on a mat and competition. Over the years has gotten better and better at Hampton. And so we're going to see some good teams there. And even on some of the teams that might not be a full complete team, we'll see some real strong individual wrestlers too. So a good early test for us. The rest of our schedule looks pretty similar. Christmas break, we were going to Southmoreland again. We like that just because it's going to give us a lot of different looks, a lot of teams that we don't see around our area. So, kids get to experience, different styles of wrestling, or even I like getting away a little bit because it gives them different referees and they get to see like
Mm.
some different nuances with that too. Um, we're going to go down to Brook Classic again in West Virginia. We've loved that one the past couple of years. Another opportunity for JV kids to get a bunch of matches if they're not in the starting lineup. Um, and then we picked up Greenville duels this year. That's the one little
Oh,
change
okay.
for us.
I've been hearing about that, man. I've been hearing
Yeah,
like it's a pretty good little tournament from what I hear.
I've heard it's a good tournament. It's another, dual meet tournament. Hope you get kids like 5 matches with one
Mm.
weigh in. So we had to drop a couple of our dual, non-section dual meets, but to get them an opportunity again, different teams, different setting, one weigh in for 5 matches instead of 3 dual meets where they're weighing in, 3 times. So the rest of the schedule is pretty similar, county tournament, obviously, that we host. But I think with a young team, I like the balance of individual tournaments and dual meet tournaments. It's going to give them a lot of opportunities to get on a mat. It's going to give us a lot of opportunities to let, with the individual tournaments, our more experienced kids get to, test themselves and, with some good competition. So I'm happy with how the schedule, played out this year. Check back with me in a couple months and I'll let you know if I feel the same way. But a lot of the same, but that one little tweak of getting another dual meet tournament, I'm excited for
I love it, Coach. As much mat time as possible.
for everybody, for
Right.
everybody. And
Absolutely.
honestly, like, anybody who's been around it, you got guys who might not be able to crack a starting lineup, but they're still showing up every day. They're putting hours in. They're looking to improve. So any opportunity we can to get those kids on a mat too, for me, it's golden.
Coach, give me some leaders, some guys that you're going to be expected to help you carry the squad this year.
Yeah. So, even though we graduated a lot of seniors last year, we got a good chunk of seniors back this year, a lot of them with some pretty significant experience through our program. Joey Geller is going to be, 89, 215 area. Joey's been tough for us the past couple years, just coming off a football season where, he's a two-way starter in football. So a kid that's continued to mature and get better. Love seeing his attitude in the practice room here at the beginning of the year. He's been really pushing it, and that's good to see. Adam Haynes. Adam missed postseason last year with a knee injury. So, he's got a little chip on his shoulder because he didn't get a chance to go compete at the end. Most of the second half of last year, he was wrestling pretty hurt. And we were kind of holding him together with some duct tape there at the end. And he was giving us everything he could up until the individual portion of it. And at that point, it was a real hard decision, but we pulled the plug. So looking forward to seeing him go and compete this year, individually and as a leader. Calix Kimbrough is another one for us. He and Adam are right there in the middle weights, 45, 52, 60, going to be right around there. Calix, another like awesome kid, super great athlete coming off a soccer season where our boys team won the WPIAL title this year. So you got a kid who tasted all that success in soccer and now coming and bringing that attitude into the practice room. Another one I put out, DJ Knoll. DJ's been with us the past handful of years, just a solid kid, a little bit more of a funky style. Maybe that's why I enjoy watching it all the time. I mean, sometimes you enjoy watching it, sometimes your heart stops a little bit, but DJ always makes it exciting, and he's going to grind. He's one of those ones that's going to give you 100% every single time he's out there. So, that's a main chunk of our seniors that's been in the lineup the past couple of years, just solid kids, really working hard. You know, I I'm not always like, hey, we have to appoint captains type of coach. I think a lot of that stuff in the wrestling room, it just kind of comes naturally, and it doesn't always have to be the raw guy. Sometimes it's just you look to your left and the right and who's always working the hardest. And that group of them, they've been really pushing it. So just excited to see them have a chance to go out there and compete here soon.
Coach, it takes a lot of people to build a program and to make a program what it is. Give me some people, maybe behind the scenes, boosters, administrators, that don't normally want the spotlight shined on them, but we're going to do that right now.
Yeah. I can't say, I mean, I can't start talking about this without talking about my father. Right. So,
Amen.
My dad's been with us in the program for 45-ish years, something like that. Um, uh, he ran for school board a couple years ago, and so he stepped away as the head coach, and that's sort of where I stepped in after being his assistant forever. And so he's still there every single day. He does all the behind the scenes stuff for us. He will organize and help, and he helps get all the booster stuff going. What it is, he, you know, I got to put this plug out there because this is super important. He's, I don't know how happy he will be. He currently got nominated for the Western chapter of the Pennsylvania Sports Hall of Fame.
Let's
So,
go,
so
coach. He
all you
deserves it.
to all you wrestling fans out there, you got to go find that Western chapter of the Sports Hall of Fame and go put your vote in for Ron Frank. He serves not just Fox Chapel, he serves with the Pittsburgh Wrestling Classic. He started the Allegheny County tournament. So any of those kids who have come through over the last however many years that competed at the county tournament, like that was his brainchild 25-ish years ago. So go support Ron and let's get him in that Hall of Fame because he deserves it, man.
All right, guys, I'm going to put a link right here for you guys to be able to click on. So we're going to put it right there. We're going to throw that on there, see if I can do my tech wizardry there. And but man, the least I can do as someone who kind of took off and really found my my mojo at the Allegheny County tournament a few times.
Yeah,
I got a lot of love for Coach Frank and your dad. So very, very cool. And yeah, man, great shout out for sure there.
He's earned it, man. He's earned it.
Yes. All right, coach. How about some other coaches? Who else is helping you run the squad this year?
So I got the same two guys, young guys have been with me for the past couple of years. Trevor Hartless, grew up wrestling in PA, spent some time in Edinburgh's room, and then Eddie Farrell, really young guy. He wrestled for us at Fox Chapel, went up to Gannon for 4 years, wrestling up there. He's been back with us the past 2 years. So those guys are great. They're young enough that the guys can still, really enjoy them almost like that big brother role. And so that sort of bridges that gap for us. So they help drive a lot of what we're doing in practice and, working with different kids on specific positions and things like that. So I couldn't get through it without them. So those guys are, they're crucial for me.
Coach, you've had some very memorable names and some of my favorites the last few years in Warzin and Mr. Hamilton and, of course, Mr. Funk. Give me a guy that maybe at the end of the year, the WPIAL fans might not know his name right now, but at the end of the year, by March, we're going to know their name.
I got a kid that he came out. We needed a 107 pounder 2 years ago, right? So Luke Montgomery comes out and wrestles for us. The soccer coach helped us get him on the team, and Luke's first year wrestler, needed to start in a varsity lineup and struggled. Obviously, anybody who's done this sport knows that's not really the easiest thing to do. Jumping at the
not at 107 either, man. 107, It was like loaded last year.
Yep. And then so last year he moves up a little bit of a weight class, and this is a kid who just is nonstop like wanting to improve. So he goes from taking all sorts of lumps 2 years ago to last year, working all the way to like a 500 record. Right. And then, I don't think he missed a single off-season workout for us. So Luke's one of those kids. We'll see how it shakes out in the long run, what the record is. But just for us, like a kid like that's going to be a leader by example as a junior, came into this brand new, but just wants to constantly improve. Like that speaks volumes for that kid. And like, he's totally earned the respect of everybody that's been wrestling their whole life. Like they in that room treat him as if he's been a part of this since the youth program, like the rest of them. So Luke's one of those kids that, I always I gotta shout him out because it's not always going to be the wins and losses, but he's a kid that's pushing our team to get better day in and day out. So, that's that guy for me.
Coach, social medias, how can we follow the squad this year?
Yeah. So, I'm not as active on X anymore now that they don't link everything together. There is an X account. Most of the stuff right now is just living on Instagram. It seems to be what a lot of the kids are more apt to look at and things like that. It's FCAHS Wrestling, Fox Chapel Area High School Wrestling. So we're living a lot right there for social media. That's where we have people follow us and keep up to date with what we're doing. So anybody wants to click on that, follow us. We'll keep you updated throughout the season. We put a lot of things out there for county time and things like that too.
Coach, we talked about a bunch of different guys in your squad here tonight, but give me the team glue guy. It's kind of been the new flavor word that's been going around, the phrase that's been going around sports recently.
Yeah.
But give me your glue guy over there at Fox Chapel.
So I mean, Luke Montgomery definitely would be one of those. I got another youngster. He's only a sophomore, Luke Krasinski. He came up with us last year as a freshman. Was trying to battle and get in a lineup, but just really wanted to be a part of the program and improve. So Luke's a tough one there. We got and a lot of names people don't know just because they haven't been able to crack a starting lineup. When you got 14 seniors you're churning out the year before, kids who are all 6 of them wrestling at the next level or whatever it might be. But I'm excited to just get some of these guys on a mat for an extended period of time and like truly see what they can do. We watch them grind day in and day out in practice, and I'm excited to see them get a chance to crack a starting lineup. Because some of them are, juniors, seniors, and they just haven't been able to get in there. When you're sitting behind, Worsen and Funk the past couple of years, like what are you going to do? Like you're not on the
Stalwarts
sideline
of your program.
Yeah,
Stalwarts.
exactly. Yeah. And so, I don't know. I think these guys are, they're gonna. I don't know if the team record will be able to compete with what it's been the past couple of years, but I know they're definitely going to go out there and fight like hell every match. So,
Love that, Coach.
that's the exciting part that I'm looking forward to.
Coach, and you touched a little bit there, but that's kind of my next question. Give me the goals and expectations you have for this squad.
Honestly, I don't know if there's a big one like I don't team record or things like that. A lot of our stuff is talking about mindset and the approach day in and day out. And we all know if you've done it, wrestling season such a grind. The length of time that it is over holidays, maintaining weight, maintaining health, all those things. I think the goal is just going to be working towards that little bit of improvement day in and day out. Nobody's looking to, win it all here in November and early December. It's, what can we achieve? What can we get to come the end of the year? And I think the overall goal that we have is, finding some of these kids who haven't been in a starting lineup and seeing exactly how we can help each individual improve. And we talk a lot about, you do your part individually. It takes care of the team, right? Sometimes you go out and you compete and you might come up on the losing end individually, but then the team pulls it out. And that's the best part about wrestling, right? You have both aspects of this individual and team sport, and helping those kids get a chance to be in a starting lineup and see that this year is like the number one main goal. Just get them out there, get them competing, get as many matches for every one of them that we can, and see where we are come end of February, individually and as a team.
Coach, anything or anyone you want to shout out before I leave you go?
Man, so I held you off a lot tonight because I was over at the youth practice too, right? And we have so many good people, top to bottom, in our organization. Going through name by name we'd extend this by a half an hour. I don't have to step foot in the youth room because we have so many good guys coaching down there. But obviously, my kids are involved down there, so I hate missing any minute of it. We got some new guys coaching at the middle school this year. Coach Ian from over at Pine Richland now helping coach our middle school team.
Nice.
Which is awesome. And I got a daughter and a nephew wrestling on the middle school team, so I'm pretty invested top to bottom in the program. And it's pretty easy to be invested when you have so many good people that are working with your kids K through 12. Like we have And I got people whose kids graduated 5, 10 years ago, and they're still coming back. When you come to the county tournament and you're looking in the back of like who's slinging all that food and who's organizing all that, some of those people, they're back there and their kid graduated 5 years ago. Their kid graduated 10 years ago. They keep coming back. Now, that's a testament to my father.
Culture,
Probably,
man.
yeah, it is a culture. It's a culture that my dad started a very long time ago. And we do our best to keep up with it day in and day out, and hopefully we just continue to reap the rewards of it on a wrestling match, sure, but like just in life, being surrounded by some awesome people, helping these kids become better wrestlers, but also become better people, better humans, like chase down their goals, even if they're not wrestling goals after high school. That's the main thing. I don't know. I just love being a part of this program.
You're preaching to the choir, buddy. You got me. I'm like ready to run through a wall, coach. When's the season start? Let's go, baby.
I know. And once we get going, we all know it's long as hell, but like it
Yes.
it goes in a snap. You look up and all of a sudden another month's gone. So I like to step back and enjoy it and appreciate everybody now, because when it all starts getting going, man, there's not a second to take a breath sometimes.
No, everything you said is so true, and it's like it's one of the things I kind of love and hate about it. It does make the winter just right by. So,
I know.
but yeah, man, it is a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you guys out there, especially for sure in January there at the county tournament.
Yeah, dude, come on over. We'll get you all set up. We'll get you hooked up and just enjoy. Honestly, some of the most incredible wrestling. That county tournament each and every year, I'm just amazed at the top level of kids that we have right here in our backyard coming to compete. It's an absolute blast to watch.
No doubt. Coach, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you out there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Later.
See ya.